Hey guys, what is going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. And what I want to do is just give you guys a little 6-month update on this EIGIIS, I can't quite pronounce it properly, military smartwatch that I bought back at the end of January of 2023. It's been 6 months later. I've been wearing the watch daily as much as I possibly can, and I'll explain that to you in a little bit later on why I haven't been wearing it 24/7. But what I want to do, just real quick, is just take you through a quick rundown of the features of this watch. And apologies for the lighting, it's about the best way I can get the screen to show up and not be blurry for you on camera, so we only have one light on right now. I will show you a picture here from Amazon to show you what the watch looks like when you get it, and I'll just kind of explain some of the features here real quick. So just a quick rundown of what this watch has to offer in terms of the actual features itself, and I'll put a link to the first video that gets more technical. First of all, battery life is roughly 20% per day that it's going to decrease, so you're going to get about 4 to 5 days of just normal daily use. That includes receiving text messages. I don't have this turned on to make and receive telephone calls like through the watch itself. You can do that if you want to. I don't, because I find the audio to be a little bit tinny, but it is an option that you do have. So let's just swipe through the features real quick and show you exactly what we have, and we'll go from there. And then I'm going to take you through the app quickly and just show you some screenshots of each of the panels on the app to show you what kind of data you get about yourself while you're using the app, because the app is actually very useful, very handy, and I don't find it to be very clunky. So first of all, you've got your main screen, and this is adjustable through the control screen on the app itself. This is how you change out the watch faces. There's dozens of them that you can choose from. And if we swipe down from the top, we've got kind of just like a general settings area here, and I'm not sure how good this is showing up, but you can make and receive phone calls. You can automatically enable or disable that right there. This is if you want to be able to use your voice commands for Google or Siri. This is going to be for vibrate on and off. And then over here you've got your brightness control. It's plenty bright. I can turn the brightness up or down on it if I want to. Actually, let's maybe turn it down a little bit. Maybe it won't be quite so blurry on your end over here. And then over here we've got your settings. And it gives you basically a lot of the same controls that we just had before. Stopwatches can be found here, alarm, timer. You can go to menu view, brightness, vibration, theater mode. You can also power off the watch completely for here, and you also have some software information. If you want to get the app, click on that right there, and you can scan the QR code with your telephone, and it'll take you right there. So let's back out for a sec, okay? The nice thing is, just to get out of everything, you just push the top button. Eventually, it takes you back to the main menu. Then if you hit the bottom button, it's going to take you through health information. Now, there's not a lot of steps here because it's 6:35 in the morning and I just got up. Because I don't wear this watch to sleep, I don't have the sleep data. That's not really important to me, but if you're somebody that's monitoring your sleep, you can do that. I don't wear it to sleep because it's kind of big and it kind of presses into my wrist, and it's annoying, honestly. But you could use that feature if you want to. And then we'll go ahead and move through some more of the features. So you can also enable, disable phone calls right here. You do get your main health information, which I'll take you through each of these screens individually. You got your pulse, you got your blood pressure, your blood oxygen level. So some of your most important stats on your body are right there. You've got the weather. Now this is synchronized with Bluetooth to my telephone, so that's where it's getting all this information. So wherever this pulls the data is where it's coming from. Current temperature, predicted high, predicted lows. And then you go back to the main watch face. Okay, and then you can also swipe from the left and you have more options for the settings. Again, about half of them we've already covered before. It does have a sport mode so that you can choose what type of exercise you're going to be doing. You can set a time and a distance goal, which is pretty cool. It's got like 100 different exercises to choose from, which is pretty sweet. Again, main settings, a lot of these controls are already found elsewhere that I just showed you. Then if you swipe up from the bottom, you can see your text messages. And that's going to show you like your last 5 text messages that your phone has received. It does receive text messages in real time, and you can clear that out if you want to, which is pretty cool. So again, overall, you've got access to most of your crucial features with just a simple swipe or two. What I do like is the fact that you can change the faces really quickly. It does have a sensor on the back of it. I find it to be splash resistant, but I have not submerged it underwater, so I can't speak to its waterproof ability, if you will. But the overall design is pretty sporty and it's held up well. I have very few nicks and scratches. Of course, I teach in a high school, so it's not exposed to like a harsh environment in terms of banging against things or going through foliage or whatnot, so it's really not, you know, it just gets normal office use, I guess you could say. So now what I'm going to do is just kind of talk you guys through the app itself and show you what each of the panels on the app show you for information and what I really like about it, so hang tight. Okay, so as for the features, I'm just going to go ahead and talk you guys through exactly what's going to happen. When you open up the main app, you've got like 4 tiles across the bottom that you can click on. And you can scroll down the app, and I'm just going to talk about each pane individually. The first one that you have is activity. It's going to show you how many steps you've had in one day. Now that's my activity from yesterday, 7,478 steps, and I did 3.79 miles. I did not have a walking workout yesterday. I did have a lifting workout yesterday, so that number is pretty low. Now again, these are just screenshots taken directly from my phone. It also shows you how many calories you've burned, whatever kcal are. I'm not exactly sure what that is. And 59 minutes, that may be the total walking time that you spent on your feet. It does send the data in real time from the phone to the app, which is pretty cool. So as you are walking, you can actually see the app counting up your steps. Okay, we then have your full day heart rate, what your average is. Mine's at 80, but I did have a little physical activity thrown in there too. Normally, I want to say my resting heart rate is around 65 or something like that. And yeah, you guys are seeing my actual medical information that's on there. You also have a heart rate at that time, and you can also click to get the instant heart rate, and it does randomly sample your heart rate over the course of the day, and it collects that data and it puts it in the app. And also just on my watch face, I'll show you why I chose the particular watch face that I did. You've also got your blood pressure data. It'll give you instant blood pressure data and average blood pressure data, which is pretty cool. And I don't know, I guess I haven't really gone into the settings to see if you can choose how often it takes those averages, but I will say this, you lose 20% battery per day on the watch. And then on your phone, it really doesn't seem to affect the battery life of the phone at all. I figured it'd be some sort of a drain on the battery, and it's not. Of course, I've got a 2-year-old, iPhone SE, so your mileage may vary with your own phone. Then we also have your blood oxygen level, which is kind of nice. You don't have to go buy a separate blood oxygen reader. It does take those readings, and mine's at 99%, which is what it normally is. And I've also got one of those fingertip readers that I bought during COVID, and that also gives me the same info. And then finally, you have little tracking that you can do for your workout in real time. It'll actually watch your GPS. It'll also mark your distance that you travel, how many laps you take, and your minutes. So it does keep a lot of data. If you really want to get into the app, you can do that. And then, like I mentioned before, through the app itself, you can choose what watch face you're currently using. It gives you the battery indicator. It shows that you're connected. So the watch faces are actually controlled through the app and not the watch themselves. And then the last thing I want to mention is the actual watch face that I chose, and I'll have to kind of keep clicking on it. I love the amount of data it gives you. So you've got the battery life at the top. You've got Sunday. Now it does say 9/23 September of 2023. It's actually September 3rd. So it doesn't give you the actual day. That kind of bugs me. But I'm fine. I mean, if I don't know what day it is, I probably should be checking myself in somewhere. We've got the regular clock itself. You've got the weather prediction for the day with the current temperature. It does kind of give you a little icon to show you if it's sunny out or if it's going to be cloudy out. You've got your beats per minute with your pulse, the number of calories you've burned for the day, and down at the bottom, the number of steps you've taken. So I find this to be one of the coolest looking displays. It kind of has kind of a night vision feel to it. It looks really neat. It's easy to read, and with glasses on and progressive lenses, which I have, it's actually easy with the contrast to read all the data on the screen. So that is why I chose what I did. So now the big question is, would I buy this watch again? Yeah, for $60, it gives you a tremendous amount of flexibility. Granted, you don't have connection to a lot of the apps that you might have on other watches. One other thing I forgot to show you, as you click on the bottom here, you can go through the main features. I might have showed you that. You also have access to the shutter on your camera of your phone, so it'll act as a remote. You can also play your media through the watch if you want to, if you have the audio enabled, and that'll control like this one's connected to my iTunes account on my phone, so I can play the music through that if I want to. And then also breathing exercise, which I've never actually done before. It looks kind of cool on the screen. The screen is really nice. It's got an IPS screen that's very durable. Not sure if it's glass or what it is exactly, but it's not scratching, so I'm guessing it's not some sort of polymer. Best part, again, if you want to get back to home, just press the top button, and that's it. So the hardware in the watch has held up really well, and again, it hasn't had any real extreme use, just normal daily wear. There's been some times I haven't worn it, like if I've got thick gloves on and a heavy winter coat, I haven't been wearing the watch if I'm going to be outside, and that's just because it presses into my wrist a little bit because it's so thick. I mean, this thing's about an inch thick. I'd say it's probably 10 to 12 millimeters in thickness. Well, not maybe an inch. I don't know. I suppose maybe more like a half an inch. But anyway, you'll notice that. But everybody is kind of has their own taste about wearing large watches or not. So it kind of depends on how you feel about something like that. So yeah, I would get it again. It has held up well. There are a few, one-star horror stories on Amazon of people that have had issues with theirs, but you do have, I believe, 30 days to return it to Amazon, and I've gone through the original warranty information on the first video, which I will link to this video, which I can't tell you off the top of my head. I mainly just wanted to show you the data that the watch gives you and my thoughts on it. Like I said, you can make and receive phone calls through your contacts list, the dial pad, and you can also answer calls. So it does give you full functionality of your phone right here on the watch itself. It also brings up your most recent calls, so if you want to tap on the phone, you can call those people back if you want to. Like I said, I don't currently have that feature turned on just because of the tinny audio of the speaker on the watch. It's usable, it's just not my favorite thing. So anyway, guys, that's it. This is Travis P11, and thank you so much for watching my review of this military smartwatch. You can get it over on Amazon. I don't have an affiliate link for it. I'm not promoting it in terms of me benefiting from it at all. It's just if you want a fairly inexpensive smartwatch, it's going to give you lots of real-time health data. Do check it out. It does take a few minutes to set the app up and pair it with your phone, so be patient. And there's a separate pairing in Bluetooth for the audio connection and also the data connection on the phone. So there's two separate Bluetooth connections that it makes. But the nice thing is if you turn off the phone for receiving calls or sending calls, it'll automatically disconnect the audio connection through Bluetooth. And then on the phone, when you re-enable that feature, it'll automatically reconnect. So it does a lot of it on its own. And last thing, this does disconnect from my phone occasionally overnight, and I don't know if it's a phone issue, a timeout issue. It's not a big deal because all I basically do is turn the watch back on and it seems to reconnect instantly to the phone, and then it stays connected for the rest of the day, and it instantly sends the data from the watch to the phone and updates the app. So you'll get your sleep information, all of your measured heart information, blood pressure, etc. So it's a very powerful device for only $60. So in the world of, $300, $400, $500, $600 smartwatches or more, it is a nice budget-friendly alternative. So anyway, this is Travis P11. Thanks for watching, guys. I want you to take care of yourselves. I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.